I still remember the way she smiled when I told her I was getting married. That tilt of her head, the faint squeeze of my hand, like she was happy for me. I know now it wasn't joy, it was calculation. The day it broke. The divorce papers were still warm from the printer when my family sat me down. No sympathy, no questions, just accusations. You ruined a good man's life. You couldn't even give him a family. You're the one who left. They didn't want to hear the truth, that he had already started a family, with her. I didn't cry in front of them, I never do. I walked out with my dignity, my wedding ring still in my pocket, and a promise forming quietly in my head. Before the rot. She was my cousin, younger by 3 years, the type everyone called sweet. I let her babysit my dog. I shared clothes with her. I even introduced her to my husband when she came to visit. He liked her laugh. I thought nothing of it. He was mine. She was family. The cracks. It started small. He began working late, smelling faintly of perfume I didn't own. Then the sudden silences when I entered a room. The flick of her eyes when we saw each other at family gatherings. My gut whispered, but I silenced it. I didn't want to be that wife, the paranoid one. The proof. The proof came wrapped in a careless mistake. His phone left on the counter. A text preview lighting the screen. She's kicking again, wish you were here. The name above it wasn't saved as hers. It was S. But I knew the way she typed. No punctuation, just breathless updates. She was 6 months pregnant. The break. I didn't scream. I didn't demand answers. I looked at him over dinner that night and thought, you'll hang yourself without me lifting a finger. The next week, I filed for divorce. Clean. No shouting match, no public scene. He got the story he wanted, that I'd given up on the marriage. She moved in with him before the ink dried. My family rallied around them, and I disappeared. 3 years of silence. In silence, you can build empires. I took extra shifts, sold the house I'd gotten in the divorce and invested smart. Learned the property market like it was a second language. I bought cheap, fixed up, sold high. Every month I checked one thing, their address. They never bought, always rented, always just scraping by. The market in our town was tightening. Landlords were selling to cash in. I waited. The opening. One morning a listing popped up. Their house. 3 bedrooms, peeling paint, bad plumbing. I knew it well. I'd been inside, back when it was ours. The asking price was low. Too low. The owner was desperate to sell. I didn't hesitate. Cash offer. No contingencies. Closed in 3 weeks. The keys. The day the papers were signed, I drove there before the ink dried. The key turned in the lock with a sound that made my chest tighten. Not with grief, but with something darker. Their car was in the driveway, her stroller by the porch. I stood in my doorway, listening to the faint hum of their TV, and let myself savor the weight of the moment. The knock. She opened the door, baby on her hip. Her face drained when she saw me. "What are you doing here?" "I own this house now," I said evenly. "Your landlord sold it." No, he wouldn't." I handed her the notice. Legal, unshakable, 60 days to vacate. Behind her he appeared, older, heavier. The confident smirk I remembered replaced by something smaller. "You can't do this," he said. "I already have." The spiral. Over the next weeks, I watched the cracks form in their little world. Movers too expensive. New rentals out of their budget. She tried calling my family, spinning her version. This time, no one answered. I didn't have to spread the truth, just a quiet word to the right ears that maybe they should ask her about timelines. Secrets have a way of rotting from the inside. The last day. On their final day, I arrived early. The house was stripped bare. Their child fussed in the car while they loaded the last boxes. She wouldn't look at me. He did. "I loved you once," he said. like it was some olive branch. I stepped closer. And I loved myself enough to bury you with a pen instead of a knife. The roof. That night, I walked through the empty rooms. The walls still held faint outlines where their pictures had hung. I opened the windows, let the air clear. This house was mine again. Not because I wanted to live in it, but because owning it meant I owned the ground they once stood on. The release. Revenge isn't loud. It's not a shout in the street or a drink thrown in someone's face. It's the quiet turning of a key, the signature on a deed, the moment you realize they have to leave, and you don't. I didn't ruin their lives. They planted the rot themselves. I just bought the soil.